Hey guys, Chef Jason for my friends at the Colorado Department of Agriculture and Colorado Proud. Today, I am honored to be talking about Colorado beets. I absolutely adore beets. I will find any way possible to work them into something I get to eat every day because I am a huge beet fanatic. Now, today we are doing something pretty cool. I'm gonna show you a fast and easy, but amazingly delicious recipe for beets and burrata. That's right, we're taking that rich, beautiful creaminess of burrata, we're adding it to that deep, lovely earthiness of beets. So let's dig in. Let's get a little bit of prep started. We'll show you some of our ingredients today. Let's get cooking. Starting off the flavor today, we've got some beautiful Colorado beets. Now, I went with gold beets today because I love that color and they really stand out great with that burrata. We're gonna poach them in apple cider. That's right, we're gonna cook them in apple cider till they are nice and soft. Then we're gonna season them up a little bit. I've got an apple vinaigrette dressing, very, very easy. We're gonna add a little bit of our garden rub, kind of a vegetable rub, right? And then we're gonna add a little bit of rub-a-dub for that all-purpose flavoring. Then we've got some burrata here, which is basically mozzarella filled with a little bit of ricotta and also some chopped up mozzarella in it. And then if you want, add a little bit more flavor with some balsamic glaze. But super easy. Again, beets are going to be the star of this recipe. We went ahead and washed all of our beets, and what we're gonna go ahead and do on here is we'll trim off a little bit of that stalk end, and we're gonna trim off a little bit of the bottom, and then into the pot we go. Beets are all prepped and ready to go. Now, if you notice, I went with smaller beets for a couple reasons. They're obviously gonna cook more consistently and evenly, but guess what? It's also gonna take me less time as well. So we'll go ahead and add our apple cider, make sure those beets are covered. Okay, so we added the beets to our stock pot. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to, over medium-high heat, bring this to a simmer, and then we're gonna simmer these for about 20 to 25 minutes until they are fork tender or paring knife tender. We'll use either one of those to check tenderness, but we're gonna leave these alone, let them come up to a simmer, 20 to 25 minutes, we'll be ready for beets. Right at that 20-minute mark, we'll go ahead and put that knife in and see how we're doing. Oh, look at that, we look good. We are nice and knife tender. We'll always be fork tender as well if we're knife tender. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and shut this off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cover that, let it sit for 5 minutes, let those cool down a little bit before we take them out of the apple juice, show you how to trim them up and get them ready for the salad. Okay, after a quick 5-minute cool, we're gonna go ahead and uncover this, and I let them sit for 5 minutes just to help them do that final bit of softening up that we need. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put them on a baking rack or a cooling rack, if you will, and we're gonna let these cool off. We're gonna give them about 10 minutes to cool now, just to make sure that they're nice and soft, nice and cool, before we get in and start peeling them, cutting them, and making them into the most wonderful salad ever. Now that we've given them a chance to cool off, I'm gonna carefully trim the top, and then what I'm going to do is just go through here with my paring knife and just go ahead and carefully peel off the outside, right? And then once they're done, we'll get this one guy done. We'll show you what we're gonna do with them next. But I'm also just being very careful not to peel into any of the beet. I'm just trying to get the outside off here, leave the rest intact, okay? And once we get them all peeled, what we're gonna do now is go through and cut them into wedges, just like that. We have the beets all trimmed and ready to go, and I'm gonna hit them with just a tiny bit of our garden seasoning for a little bit of flavor, and then a little bit of rub-a-dub just for kind of that all-purpose salt, pepper, all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna add in just a little bit of that apple cider vinaigrette. Now what I'm going to do is carefully go in and mix these, let those flavors combine, come together. And I'm gonna let these sit now about 5 minutes just to get ready. We'll get our plates gathered up, and then when we come back, we're gonna show you how to plate this salad. Well, we went ahead and added those beets onto the platter. Nice kind of family style, right? Just making things a little bit better and a little bit easier. I'm gonna go ahead and place the burrata onto this platter now. And again, what a great way to do a fun family salad. And now everybody can kind of dig into this and serve it as they please. But I'll tell you, those beets came out amazing. They have a nice sweetness off the apple, and we're definitely good to go. Now, parsley, I'm gonna use a little bit of parsley as a garnish. I washed this. We'll go ahead and just chop a little bit of parsley real quick as a final finish to this. Sprinkle a little bit over the top, and I think we're good to go. Well, there you have it. I think it's always a great day when beets get to be the star of the show. And this beets and burrata, like I said, works so good plated as an individual salad, works great as a family style salad, and it could even work great as your entree because I know I'm having this for lunch today. So Once again, I'm Chef Jason for my friends at the Colorado Department of Agriculture and Colorado Proud. And be sure to grab today's recipe by heading to coloradoproud.com. You can see today's recipe and a lot of other features from amazing products grown right here in Colorado.